Alright, it's broadcasting. Now I need to find some music that I like. I think I like this song. I don't know how loud it is. I can't have music too loud tonight. But, yeah. Where's that cord? Hey, Bushi, how you doing, man? There it is. I got my phone plugged in. There's my stream. Oh, you see me a lot? Yeah. I got home maybe an hour and a half ago. I'm like, I gotta do some farming. Like, I started farming. I did an hour of Frozen Shadow farming. I want to say Friday. I don't know what day it was. I actually had a really rough weekend. I had to bring my mom to the hospital and stuff. Turns out she ripped a muscle in her hip. So it's been a real big struggle to take care of it. Like, it was very painful and hard to get her off of bed. And just to do regular things. So if you're wondering, like, I haven't been around since that Genshin stream, it's because I've been really preoccupied. This is not the event, no. The event's in Onigashima. And if I stream the event, I would crash, because chocolate does that to you. Okay. But things are settling down, and my work was actually really accommodating. Like, they let me come in for like half days so that I can take care of her in the morning and go to work at night. So things are actually looking up. Things are going really well. It's a short week this week. Thanks, Blue. Thanks, everyone. It's actually a short week because we have Canada Day, and I work Sunday to Thursday. So Sunday I went in all day. Monday did a half day. Today I did a half day. Tomorrow I'm doing a half day. And it's night and day how much better she's gotten. So that's really good. So Canada Day is Thursday, so I'm not working Thursday, and I'm off Friday. I'm not going in on overtime. So I'm going to have this nice little stretch of Thursday, Friday, Saturday to, like, be with her without any commitments. So that's going to be awesome. But she's really shaping up really well. Really well. I actually got the most mad I'd ever been in my entire life on Sunday night. Like Saturday night, like, we had brought her to the hospital and on Saturday morning to get her checked out and stuff, and I was with her like the whole time. And like, they looked at her, they gave her medication and pills and whatever, and then a shot, and they said, okay, you're good to go home, like, just take this medicine. So then we're like, okay, that's good. And the next night, like, the next day, like, we've been giving her painkillers and the medicine, and then she started saying her kidneys were hurting. So I'm like, Mom, I could keep giving you these, like, painkillers and stuff, but what if they're hurting your kidneys? I'm like, I can't make that call. I don't want to feed you this to make you feel better, just for your kidneys to get hurt, because that's actually fatal. Whereas her leg hurting is not going to physically kill her. It'll hurt like a bitch, but it's not going to do her in. So I talked to my dad for a while, and I said, well, we have to call 911. We have to call the ambulance. So we called them in, and the paramedics came, and, you know, we explained everything. We explained, like, there's a certain way to pick her up, there's a certain way to get her off, you have to lift her leg in a certain way to compensate for the weight, all this stuff. And, like, basically, I'm at my wit's end. I can't take care of my mother right now. So I put my trust into these paramedics. Well, I was, like, when they were getting my mother off the bed that we couldn't really do, I went into the next room over, and I was just, you know, minding my business. I'm worried, you know, I'm nervous here. I'm okay. They're gonna do it. Like, I'm trusting them to do what we couldn't do, me and my father. And how did it go? Well, they were gonna get her off the bed. She told them, like, you have to lift my leg a certain way. Well, they fucking didn't. They didn't. My mother screamed so loudly. Like, I've dealt with her screaming in pain for, like, the past 2 days. It was nothing like that. And she screamed from, like, them lifting off the bed, like, and she's like, you didn't listen. and I got so mad. I like, you guys that know me, like I don't get emotional. I don't react. I don't. Who the fuck's hitting me? Anyway, like I got so mad in my entire. It was the maddest I'd ever been in my entire life, because I put my trust into like professionals to do what I couldn't do, and they fucked it right up. Oh my god, I got so mad. I guess I didn't realize it, but I screamed. I punched. I think I said I remember saying "holy fuck" as loud as I could, and I just fucking, because I heard my mother like in pain, and I punched the wall in that room so fucking loud. Oh, I punched it so hard, and I said, "Holy fuck!" I said, "That's my mom." Like, fucking listen. And she's like, "Oh," I was so mad, and they're like, "What was that?" And they're like, if he can't control himself, we have to call the cops. And I'm just like, listen. Like, I didn't say anything because I'm like, well, I don't want anything to go bad, but like, that's my mom, man. You do not fucking do that. Like, we like, you know, I was the maddest I've ever been in my entire life. Holy fuck. I like, oh. Like, you can say whatever you want to me or whatever, but you fuck with my mother, you hurt my mother, like, you better run. Like, that's just fundamental. And like, they managed to get her out of there. They took her to the hospital, and you know, like, it was good. Like, once she got on that stretcher, she was good. Like, she like, took off so much pressure. But after they took her, I was so distraught. Like, I'm kind of venting right now, but I'm telling the story. But I was so upset with myself for losing composure like that. But after talking to numerous people, they said, you know, that's your mom. What are you supposed to do? Exactly. Like they didn't have, and I understand that with people that deal with this stuff day in day out, like, you lose compassion to it, you get numb to it, you know, you get desensitized to it. But at the same time, like, and I was telling people at work, they're like, well, you know, Logan, you're right, that's your mom, and you know, I'm trusting someone to take care of my mother, and they it was I and then after that, I couldn't forgive myself. I was like, how did I lose composure? I was a nervous wreck. Did I eat a boost? I was supposed to eat a boost. Anyway. Yeah, like, oh, they're like, and when I was all like enraged, my mom said, "Don't worry, he wouldn't hurt a fly. It's just you didn't listen." And like, she was in pain, but she took the time to say, like, no, you don't need to call the cops. He's not gonna do anything. It's just you really should have listened to me, because she says that pain was worse than anything ever. Like, so, it was wild. Like, and the whole night I wrestled with that. Like, I just told my friend, hey, just listen. I'm just gonna talk to you for like an hour, and I just need you to listen. I don't need you to say anything. He did, but I said, I just need you to listen to me right now, because my dad wasn't being very receptive. So, anyway, yeah. So that happened. And they took her to the hospital, and me and my dad were saying, well, you know, at least she's at the hospital. If something bad happens, like, you know, we can go from there. You know, like, she's where she needs to be to get taken care of, because she couldn't go to the bathroom, she couldn't do a lot of things. So, like, you know, we finally find solace in that. We get to sleep. My dad probably falls asleep around 3 or 2. This all happened at, like, midnight. Oh, what do I mean by that? Well, it's he's very hard to resonate with. Like, he couldn't empathize with me. Like, I was trying to just, like, be with him and say, like, well, you know, like what I'm saying now. Like, I'm trying to, like, explain, like, what was going on. I'm like, well, were you not mad? And he was saying, that's not the point. You shouldn't have done. It's like, it wasn't helping me talking to him. So, like, I just went and talked to my friend instead. That's all I mean. Is like, he's a nervous wreck too, so it wasn't helping him, and I wasn't getting anything out of him, so I just, you know, went away for a bit, went and talked to my bud. So anyway, so they take her to the hospital, and like, it's around 5 in the morning. I'm getting to bed. Like, I had worked things over, like, before this all happened at work, to say, like, I told my boss, like, hey, I have a problem. I need to be home to take care of my mom. I usually come in at 2 o'clock. Is there any way I could be off this week? Like, it was Sunday I was in, and I said, like, it's only a 3-day week this week. Like, could I just, like, not come in? He said, well, I'll have to figure it out. We'll see what it is. And then later he proposed, well, could you come in at 6? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. That'll work. So I came in at 6. So that's after my dad gets home, so I could hand my mom off to him, essentially. So she's like taken care of. So with me knowing that, oh, I have a like a half day off tomorrow, like I can rest. I just stayed up talking to my buddy, and you know, just consoling myself, trying to understand what's going on. Anyway. So with this knowledge in mind, I go to bed at like 4 o'clock. Well, I'm in bed. I don't fall asleep around 5 o'clock. Our phone rings, and it's my mom talking to my dad, and she says, "Oh, you gotta come get me. They're not keeping me." And we're like, "What? They're not keeping you?" Like, that's what we were so banking on, because we are not equipped. This is not a hospital. Like, she can barely get off her bed. Like, our house was not designed for this. It was so, anyway, like, we were really banking, like, at least they'll keep her for a night, like that, they can take care of her. But no, we had to go get her at 5 in the morning. Oh my god, we were mad on that drive up. Oh my god, the sun was just coming up, I remember this. Oh my god. I told my dad, I said, Dad, if it was the year 2018, Mom would be in that hospital bed for like a week. If it was 2018, she'd be in that hospital bed. And he said, what do you mean? I said, because of this COVID bullshit and all this nonsense going on, getting people out of the hospitals, not giving a fuck anymore, like, they just kick you out. They say, okay, cool, we did what you did, take these pills and go away. Like, oh my god, it's like, oh, it's unreal. Like, oh, hey man, how you doing? So, so basically the end of the story, like, she comes back home, and they gave her like the same, it's like the same stuff. The only difference was that another doctor looked at her x-ray that they had done, and he said, oh, she doesn't have a nerve problem. That's what they said, it was a nerve, pinched nerve. And that's what made the paramedics probably underestimate her pain. But he said, oh no, she ripped her hip muscle. And it's like, that makes so much sense, because heat and cold were helping, and normally like that just mildly affects like a nerve thing, but it's really good for muscles. So it's like, oh, well, that explains everything. So getting that second opinion, now we're able to treat her. He said the reason your kidneys hurt was not because of the medication. He said it's because you're not drinking. Like, it was a catch-22. She wouldn't drink because then she'd have to get up and pee, and it was too painful. But because she wasn't drinking water or anything, she wasn't getting the nutrients to have her body repair itself, so she wasn't getting better. Anyway, with that knowledge in hand, like, we brought her back home. She lifted something on the weekend. I don't really know. It wasn't a sudden thing. It just happened later. It was like 2 weeks ago. And then it just started acting up. Yes, we get her home again, but this time, like, the Monday was kind of bad, but today, like, thank God, but she was so much better now that she was drinking. Now that, like, you know, when you understand, like, what's going to help you do it more, you tolerate a bit more pain and stuff. Well, like, she got up, she was up when I woke up today. Like, I didn't have to get her up and struggle and do all this stuff. My dad got her up before he went to work, and she was still up. Like, she was able to go to the bathroom on her own. Oh my, it was like a miracle today. It was awesome. Like, she wasn't 100% cured, but it was like so much progress. It's like seeing a baby like crawl to be able to walk. Like, it was such I couldn't believe it. And then today went like by without a hitch. Like, everything was good. I made ribs for supper. Like, I made her friend came over, gave her flowers, talked to her. Like, it was a good day. So, moral of the story is, like, I had a really bad weekend, but things are getting better. And I got the maddest I ever got in my life. And my dad said it's a good thing you didn't hit a 2x4 in the wall, because you would have broke your hand. And I had so much adrenaline. I didn't feel any pain in my hand until like 2 days later. Like, I felt my heart thumping for like 3 hours. Oh my god. And I was putting, like, my hand's only starting to hurt, but I put some ice on it and stuff. But, Oh my god. Like, like you watch like anime and you see people like someone died or whatever and they get a huge anime power up. Like that shit's real. I had an anime power up. Like Beerus slaps Vegeta. You fucking right. I'd kill Beerus too. Like oh my god. Like I never resonated more with anything in my life. The paramedics didn't listen to my mom. Like, there was a certain way to pick her up that doesn't pain her, and they just fucking ignored it. And she got so pained. It was the worst pain I ever heard her scream in my life. And I got so mad. I screamed and I punched a wall and I said, "Holy fuck!" I said, "That's my mom. Like, what the fuck are you doing?" Like, I trusted them to help when I called 911, and they didn't fucking listen. Oh, anyway. So I punched the fucking wall. There's still a dent in that wall. I didn't go through the drywall. My name's not Kyle. It's not drywall. That also explains a fucking lot. But I dented that wall. Holy shit. I've never been so mad in my life. Oh my god. Like, let's say like the next day my friend's helping me clean and he drops my PS5 on the ground. I'd be like, oh fuck. But I'd be worried. But at the end of the day, that's replaceable. Like, like I've never dropped a phone and broken it, but I can buy another one. But when it's someone you love, like it's your mom or your dad, and that's irreplaceable. Yeah, like there's not many reasons to hit I mean, there's a lot of reasons to hit someone, but there's not a lot of good reasons. But that's fucking one of them. Anyway. Oh my god. And she was like, if he doesn't stop, we're gonna call the cops. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do anything. Just don't fucking hurt my mom. I didn't say that, but seriously. And then when I'm out of the hospital that morning, the next one when they called in the morning, the first thing she says when she gets in the car, she's like, "Logan, they almost called the cops on you." I'm like, "You still worried about me? They gave you shots and morphine and shit, and you're worried about me." But oh my god, I can't imagine all the stuff they see. But realistically, fuck, I got so mad. Anyway, that was my weekend. But things are looking up. Things are getting better. And yeah, that's good. Positive. I think one night I just did an hour of this, just grinding, because you guys know me. If anything troubles me, I have to distract myself. Like I have to absorb myself in a game. Yeah, everything's getting better. Everything's getting better. But like that's how I got into, like, not really Onigiri, but another game, Warframe. My pets died, and I just like downloaded Warframe and I just played it for like a month straight. Like, it was at the time when Onigiri didn't get any updates. Like, it was 2016, the winter of the winter of 2017. Oni came out in 2015 or whatever. It was the February after Oni came out. We didn't get any updates, and I just said, and like I was so down, I just downloaded Warframe, absorbed myself in it, put like a couple $100 into it, and just played the shit of it. Like that's who I am. Like, if something's bugging me, I absorb myself in something. Like I will grind stuff. Like, like I haven't farmed Frozen Shadow in like a year or whenever it came out, and it's because, like, to me it's like it's too much time. It's too much. Like, this is like a 200-hour grind. Like, to me it's like, oh my sweet god, I can't do that. Hey man, Leotis, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. So I'm finally on the island grind for Frozen Shadow because of Purgatory Oni. Purgatory Abyss, I should say. Because I got the Ogi, the Everlasting Darkness. I'm getting better, man. I am getting better. No, this isn't an event. This is just farming for the Frozen Shadow weapon. The event right now is Chocolate and Purgatorium Abyss. So I got the 1,000 Purgatorium Abyss medals a lot quicker than I thought. Oh my god, he teleports like an asshole. Anyway, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have like a Purgatorium phobia. Like, I tried, like, I think once or twice to get Purgatorium stuff. Like, I was like 500 medals away from getting like the ice weapon, and then the event just ended. I thought we had another week, we didn't, and I was just so disheartened. I did not want to touch Purgatorium again because it was such a struggle. Oh my god. Anyway, and I've always hated Purgatoriums because it's like, well, you either do it this month or you don't. Like, there's no in between. There's no conversion of drunk. There should be though. Oh my god. Anyway, I usually keep away from Purgatoriums, but Eva actually pushed me forward. She said, "Go play with random people," like, because you know a lot of my main friends don't play anymore. So it's like, how am I going to get a team? How am I going to do that stuff? So, but people were playing, they were running. I met some really cool people, played with some good guys, and we got it done really fast. Like, I was just doing it. I was off for 4 days, and I'm like, all right, let's do it, and I did it. And that's the thing. Like, if I wasn't off, I can't do Purgatorium. If I do not have the time for it. That Ogi is pretty cool. The 2 crucifixes? There's crucifixes? I never saw any crucifixes. It's just like a huge abyss with a tornado. It needs a sound effect though. That bugs me. Everlasting Gale. Hey, Divinity. Yeah, I'm talking about the medal exchange, yeah. Like, if you don't get all your stuff done in a month, you lose it all. So it's a very dangerous, like, investment. Because with work and just friends and stuff, like, I just do not have I do not have the time nor capacity to, like, farm a Purgatorium weapon. Rev 2? Nice. I kind of want to make a Supreme sword. The one on Steam is like 2 crucifixes on your left and right, and it shoots out beams. On Steam? I'm grinding for the Frozen Shadow. The fish weapon? Does it have a name? I don't know the name of the fish. Shadowfish? Shadow thing? Are incenses available for Supremes? No, I don't think so. But me, back in the day when I played every day, I have like Lucy Perky. Oh, that's so good. Darkfin, that's what it is. Darkfish, Darkfin. Okay, cool. Purgatorium Lucifer? That's interesting. That'd be fun. I bet it's a bitch. But, like, Lucifer's not bad, because you have that big thing. The one with the blue moon blade? Oh my god. Like the space one? Oh, with Burn. Yeah. Hey, Elite. Do I want to play together? If you want to farm the islands with me, that don't bother me not one bit. Right now I have 2 goals in Oni, and it's good to have goals. Oh my god. Like, before when it's just, oh, what's this event? Let's do something. Like, you don't really have goals, you just play the event. But when you actually have goals, oh my goodness. Because right now my goal is to get my Frozen Shadow Stabber, and my other goal is to make a Kota Noa Redux. I think last year or sometime this year, um, one of my viewers, they told me that their sister was quitting Oni, but they had made a Kotanoa mag, the first half of it. And I said, oh, that's really cool. And they said they're going to quit. They said, do you want to have this Kotanoa mag? And I said, I'd love to have that. Like, that's so generous. And they gave it to me. And I said, well, I have to make that Redux. Your goal is to be the strongest? That's a good goal. It is vague. By goal, I meant like, oh, I'm going to go make this weapon. Oh, I'm going to make this mag. Like having targets, not just aimlessly playing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's more fun that way. I don't know, whatever. An ambition, let's say. And 2 days ago, you made a night sky? Right on. Yeah, I made a Redux myself. Like I made mine. It was the week I made the Frozen Fortune, and I thought that was the most expensive weapon in the game. And because you had to like refill and fight like Dragon Arc all the time, Gakuho and all this shit. And Frozen Shadow was like, I was doing like Frozen Shadow whenever it was Gakuho Day, and then I was doing not Frozen Shadow, I was doing Frozen Fortune on Gakuho Day, and then when it was Gargoyle Day, I was doing a Sleet and Infernal for the mag. So every other day I was farming a different thing. I think I did a stream of me farming those before. Because I'll bring out my calculator and I'll just keep adding like +1 or +3 or whenever I get rewards. I do that on my own as well. Like I'll take out my phone and use the calculator to keep track. So right now, this morning, it's Gargoyle Day. And yeah, I'm going for the Shadow weapon right now. But today was Gargoyle Day. And I had about 77 Infernal mats, like Marrows. So well, I guess I'm saying Aqua now. I had about 77 mats, so I just refilled until I had enough materials. 100 gargoyle drops, that's what I want to say. He's not dropping a lot for a 300%. Is this 300? It is, holy crap. So I've gotten Infernal done, but now I need like 75 Sleep Marrows for the mag. Which is fine to have like it's good to have an energy goal and to have I want to call it an offline goal, like something you can farm without energy, but sometimes that's not always the case. Everything seems to take energy these days. Frozen Shadow is like you gotta get your Darkfin stuff, scapulas, then it's just all this big ass farm of time. But the main motivator for me now wanting to go for the Frozen Shadow is because I have the Purgatorium Ogi, and I'm like, someone asked me like, would you put that on a Nadir? And I said no, you wouldn't, because Nadir is like not good anymore, and it doesn't have a multiplier. And then here I am, I put it on my Nadir because all my other dark weapons were already made. But I'm like, well, it'll motivate me to get this Shadow Stabber to put that Oki on it. Because before, like, I remember I was thinking, what do you put on this thing? Like, you could put, like, Day 10 Ryu, or you could put, you know, an ice skill, like Ice Skill Punishment, but you wouldn't really need 2 ice punishments. And I'm like, well, I already have enough dark weapons. And this was before Frozen Shadow, or the Frozen Fortune came out, I think. So I didn't really consider that. But I would probably put, like, this new Dark Ogi, the Abyss Ogi, and Ice Skill Punishment, most likely. Hey Sato, how you doing? Welcome. Oh, I thought there was a guy there. And one thing I just remembered, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter or not, but sometimes with the PS5, it's so easy to upload pictures to Twitter or to upload little clips of games to Twitter. And I've been doing that with like Genshin and Oni and stuff. And today when I was farming Infernal, I talked to Yoshitsune, and it made me realize something. It's 2021. I've been playing this game since launch. Yoshitsune told me that I just got the what did I just get? The Flame Tusk Jahannam Nova. They told me I just got the recipe for the Flame Tusk Jahannam Nova, and I just looked at the screen. I'm like, are you fucking serious? So I'm like, what? Really? The Jahannam Nova. I'm like, really? For those that don't know, that is the 115 Gargoyle Infernal Sword recipe. I fought this guy probably 100 times, if not more, in my life. And I probably pick up that recipe 80 times. I just throw it away. I'm like, really? I'm like, seriously? I just couldn't help but smile. I'm like, what the hell? I've probably picked it up 80 times, and I've thrown it to the Pointeruma every time. Or I threw it away to pick up something. But yeah, exactly. Like, sometimes it's like that. Like, if I can, I don't even pick up the recipes. I'm like, I don't want this. I probably threw away a bunch of grotto recipes I've never had. Oh, you are? Cool. Oh. And I remember after I got Shikibu, I said, oh, I got Shikibu, I'll farm the islands, because Shikibu will give me a reason to farm the islands. And so there's how good is the Ogi? I think the Ogi's really good. I think you need to skill level it. I think that's it needs to happen. Right now, Everlasting Gale it's Pierce and Dark. At level 1, it had a skill force of like 3,000 something, and at 18, it's already at 4k. So it's a Sublime level skill force. It's a dark multi-hit move that doesn't break your weapon, and I think it's really good. I don't think it's as good as those Dragon Arc things, but I don't even have any darkness on me, I don't think, and it just multi-hits, like on a nadir. Like it's doing some work. Like, I don't even know what I'm using. I can change my equipment. Oh, I'm on cooldown. I see. Like, I have my Cielo and a Lightning Scorched, a Chiami, and a Senryu. Like, I only have 116 Dark. Like, if I were to use, like... That's the thing, I've been wearing a Chiami for, like, the whole year because things hurt. But I don't have a double Dark Chiami, but if I did... Like, if I could give myself a shit ton of Dark... I imagine it would do so well. Because if I wore like 3 Cielos, because I would have so much Pierce and so much Dark, it would probably be awesome. And the thing is, I need to get it on a proper, stronger weapon. And then I need to summon a support partner. So, like, Satan makes all the difference. I remember when we were doing the Zunko event, and we had to fight the red Zunko, and she was weak to wind. If Satan buffed me, and this is right around when I started using, like, assists and stuff. If Satan buffed me, and I used Whirlwind Thrust 7, I would damage cap every tick, and I was like, oh my god. That's, like, 100 million damage. Because it was, like, 10 million times 11. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of damage. So if I, like, went under the right circumstances, nostalgia hit, like, saying Zunko probably hit you. I feel like assist characters need to have stamina. Like, assist characters shouldn't die, they should just have stamina. Like, just the same system that the mount has when they get hit. Like, assist characters should have that. They shouldn't have HP, they should just, like, have stamina. They go away when they go away, and they can use skills to replenish stamina. Like, they just die too quick. Like, you can't bring them to, like, go fight anything. You're 110. Oh yeah, lazy beam. Can I get a Zirc? Oh, I did. Wow, great. I got a Zirconium ore, guys. That's a fucking rare drop. I need 100 of these bastards. I hate this. Someone help me. I probably had about 30 of those in my life, and I think I threw them away at some point. Just like that fucking worm salt. I have 30. I need 20 more. Okay. I probably didn't throw them away, but still. I know I threw away the fucking stuff from Kaji. All the bananas and headbands and stuff, I threw that shit all away. I know I must have, because I don't have any of it. I don't have any of this stuff, except for the worn map. The stuff from, I hate that crab, so I have the crab stuff. Because I used to hate him. Oh. But, like, I am so impressed by all the people that have this weapon. Like, they have the willpower and the tenacity to not play another video game. Oh, that would be awesome. That'd be so cool. Because you're a really good artist. That'd be amazing. I've gotten fan art 2 or 3 times. Like, my profile picture was drawn by someone Eva had gone to college with, and they said, could you draw this character's face? And she did, and I got it, and I went to some app and it colored it for me, and it looked really cool. And I was like, I love this. So, and then I was given fan art from Aurogiri, I believe. It was really cool. It was like me with a dragon of ice. It was really cool. I'm farming for the Frozen Shadow, and that's the thing. People have farmed this. I've seen dozens and dozens of people who have a Frozen Shadow, and I'm like, you guys have so much dedication. Like, they're not cheating on Onigiri with another game. They're not saying 200 hours, I could watch a lot of anime. They're not saying 200 hours, I could, you know, do anything else. Like, oh, this feels so good. Let's see. And I think the reason why Basho Island first is because I know how sucky it is. And if I can get through this, I can do the others. Also, when I tried to farm this on the PS4, it would take me 2.5 minutes a run. And now, just because of PS5 loading, like, I do it in 1.5 minutes. And to me, that's like, oh my god. Like, where has this been all my life? Yes. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. So, when we did the stream, when the update dropped, and we were talking about Purgatorium and stuff, one of our viewers, I think it was G-Bot, she said, hey, the recipe's on the wiki, I'll send you a link to it. And I got the link to the wiki, and we looked at the Purgatorium recipe, and I said, this is a joke. Like, I had heard in a video from Mad that the Purgatorium weapon, and everyone needs to know this, the Purgatorium Abyss, I call it the Purgatorium, but it's the Abyss weapon, the Abyss Purga. That weapon, Nate, you need 9 Purga weapons. You need all of plus 100. You need 3 of your Infernal weapon, 3 of your Sleet weapon, and 3 of your what are they called? Thunders? Levin Lance? Levin Lance weapons. Levin weapons. All Purgy. All the 133s. You need 3 of each of them to make this thing. And I've seen like a lot of really, really high level players have been farming like this Purgatorium Abyss. And just the other day, I think one of them got their recipe and they said this thing, zirconium ore, like it was magenta. They put a thing on their a box on their head, and they said they said do not farm this weapon. It takes 9 Purgatorium weapons, and it's not even like stronger than a Frozen Shadow, they said. So it's like, oh my god. Like, could you imagine not knowing that and going into it? Oh, just to find out? Like, dropping, I don't know how much money you'd have to drop for, like, the running. But, like, because most Purgatoriums, it's like $100 worth of restores, assuming you don't have restores, you know? And generally, you're not all going to wait for your energy to come back. Like, the boys get on, you're farming. It's not, oh, we farm like twice a day. Like, no. Like, you're restoring, you're doing your runs. So, let's say every Purgatorium is like $100 worth of restores or something like that. That's like $1,000 for the weapon. That's $100 for a bit, and you still have to fight the friggin' guy. Like, $100 a weapon. Oh. Now, mind you, when we had reward up, what's his name? Like, when we've had reward up Eldritch back in the day when we were making Tempests, oh yeah, me and the boys dropped $50 for restores, like, that week. But it was a special thing. You know, at one point I dropped $50 a week just to farm Ahriman for Tempests, back when I needed them. Like, every Friday, it's Ahriman Day, okay, I'm restoring. Like, I've done that before. But that's something I could do at my leisure. These medals, if you do not commit, you're done. You are done. But I mean, once you get the recipe once, you know, it's not that bad. But honestly, if we could just keep junk, that'd be so good. But not only that, not only is it the junk and the medals and all this shit, we've had each of the voids come once or twice. I don't really pay much attention to them. Just because you need 9 of them, think about this. Think, Cyberstep. Think. Like, if let's say you make 1 a month, next month it could be Gargoyle, or it could be Dragonarch, or it could be another Dragonarch, or it could be Lucifer, or it could be Abyss again, or it could be... There's no guarantee. There's no magic formula. After this Abyss event, it's not going to be, it's going to be Infernal for a month, and then Sleep for a month, and then Levin for a month. There are no guarantees of that at all. Which means, even if you'd have to make multiple in a month, whenever it comes, you'd have to just, oh my god, I gotta farm this weapon, like, I gotta make like 3 of these, and I have to have 5 other people or friends that can run this with me, so we can all do it together. And it's like, my god. Like, it's the most whale bait thing I've ever seen. Like, now here's why they would do something like that. One, when the 133s were the plateau of weaponry, They were the height. They were the mountain. And then we introduce something that takes like 9 of those mountains and goes higher. You now devalue the effort it takes to make one because you're rationalizing, I got to make 9 of these fuckers. So then you have more people more interested in the regular purgatories and say, oh fuck, I'm not going for Abyss, but I'll go for the others because they're probably really good, right? Wrong. You should just go for the arcs because the arcs are usable weapons. Now, if they want to make a Night Sky, that's up for debate. Like a Night Sky 135, it'd be cool, but it's gotta have like 80 things. Are they gonna make better weapons? Eventually, yeah. They just made a better weapon, so yeah. Yeah. Every time there's a new event, it's about getting a new weapon or a new skill or whatever it is. Like, Vanguards, I feel like Vanguards sell, but Vanguards do not sell as well as they could. Like, yeah, people roll, people want Vanguards, but you can only want so many Vanguards. I know I don't want more Vanguards. Like, I'm this way in Genshin right now, too. In Genshin, it's different in Genshin. In Genshin, in Oni, you just feed a bunch of weapons, Compeitus, whatever. Like, I got Riku, Shikibu, and Sugamo all to 100, like, just like that, because I was hoarding Compeitus. Like, that's not a problem. I can go farm the forest in... It's not Anra Forest, it's something. Anka Forest? No. I can't think of it. What's the place we go to farm money and weapons? It's in Nakasendo. I can't think of the name right now. It's before Warabizaka. Azami Crossing. I can go farm Azami Crossing and get as many weapons as I want. That doesn't bother me at all. I'll get that Vanguard to 60 and they'll transform. I'll feed them scrolls. That's fine. But like in games like Genshin, it's like that's a lot of Mora. That's a lot. Like if I get a new character, that's a lot of Mora. That's a lot of purple books. That's a lot of resources. That's a boss farming. You're taking my resin. You're taking my experience. You're taking my resin for experience. Like, it's a mouth to feed. I have to farm artifacts for this character. Like, oh. Like, getting new characters in Genshin is different than getting Vanguards and Oni. Like, if you get all the characters in Genshin, sure, you can have them, but you're not building them. You might just hand me down artifacts. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just annoying. But, oh, then you gotta get a new weapon. It's like, whoa. Just pick the ones you want. A new power creep will come down the line. But in Oni, getting a new Vanguard, it's like, once you have a Vanguard that reliably does, like, every element you need, and you have some way, shape, or form of getting past a certain typing, you're good. Like, exceptions are Keiji. Keiji's a big exception because she turns into a robot and doesn't afraid of anything. And auto charges, like, that's an exception. Shikaboom has big giant balls, and that's an exception for me. But going for Shikibu in a unit that I had none of the characters, I got a 5-scroll Kenshin, 5-scroll Sugamo, 5-scroll Shikibu. Like, yeah, it was a lot of money, but it wasn't all wasted. It wasn't like just shit scroll. I got a Zirconium! Oh my god. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good unit to roll because everything was new for me. I think I got a Hound Dog too. What's his name? Wolf Boy. He goes a Woo Makami. And I got an Orihime. Like, it was all new, no duplicates. Phenomenal. It's the same thing as, like, I don't know, rolling 5 different updates and putting 300 in a month. Just all at once. So, but that's the thing. Like, in Oni, your Vanguards, they bounce off you. Whatever your mags are, you can use the Vanguard. It doesn't matter. They're based off your base kit, which Genshin doesn't have. There's no base in Genshin. It's whatever you put on that character. That's what they are. There is no all characters have your stuff, and I understand that. But it's like I get asked that a lot. Like, are you gonna get the Kazuhara guy, Kazuha? And I'm like, no, because I don't care about him, and that's a mouth to feed, and I already have Gene, and it's like, no, I don't want him. Like, I've seen spoilers for what's coming in Genshin, and it's a whole lot of, I don't want this, I want that one, and maybe the Archon. But it's like, no, I don't want all these characters. I don't need to get these characters. But in Oni, it's like, once you fill those bases, it's like, well, I already have a character that I spent a lot of money on that does this job. Does this character, like, do that job infinity times better? And are they in a good, not cancerous unit? Are they not Toshi, who's a 15 scroll Vanguard? Like, you know, I have needs. I have questions. I have concerns. I have standards. I don't know. So, but the main point I was trying to get back to is these Purgatoriums are like a pay-to-play weapon Mian with extra steps. They have to be appealing. Like, the gargoyle ones, even as weapons, as mags, they're fucking horrible. A Myrtle. I feel like the 133s, they're nice because they have damage multipliers. 2 of them, and they do stuff, but you don't heal. They have the seal. They're pretty strong. They're good weapons. No one can deny that. But the arcs are much better weapons, and even more so, the arcs are way better mags. I had a discussion with someone a month ago. I think their name was Naruto or something, or their picture had Hinata in it, something like that. But I was telling them, like, those mags are so good. Like, if I were to farm Purgatory arcs, I would just make mags. I would just make mags. I would get the Ogis, and I would just make mags. That's all I would do. Because those mags have damage multipliers on them. And those multipliers of damage can transfer to your Vanguards. They transfer to things that normally can't have multipliers. You bring out a character that has a shit ton of hit rate. Like, they do a bunch of hits, like Sugumo. Like, if I made a Pierce build or something, and, like, if any of those mags had Pierce on them, or whatever, and they have damage multipliers, that woman can get 100 hits in, like, 5 seconds. You're not telling me I didn't hit, like, 3 of those damage multipliers? Like, you're not telling me I didn't hit 50 of those damage multipliers? You're saying I didn't just do an extra 50 million damage? Like, and that's just on one? They have 2 damage multipliers on them? I can order 3 of these? Like, I could have 6 damage multipliers and do 100 hits in a very short time of frame and do 600 million damage permitting on chance? Yes, I think that's the most broken thing in this entire game. I want that. That's something I want. Holy Lord. You think you wasted your grind on Little Musashi like you did the chocolate? Yeah, you have to do timings just right, like, and if lag gets in your way, she kind of doesn't do much. I'll give you that. But imagine, like, if this Vanguard had damage multiplier. I throw this out, it's like 10 hits, whatever. Throw out another one, it's like 15 hits. Like, just imagine Keiji with damage multipliers. Huh. Oh my god. You hit like 13 times every skill. Like, huh. And I glitched it once. I had the El Sin's damage multiplier on Miyamoto one time. Oh my god, it was beautiful. I did her Rasengan, it was like... Yeah, Little Musashi's fun. But that's what I would do. Like, instead, I would not chase... I wouldn't even chase a... Like, now, if they made a Night Sky mag, I need to know what that fucker does. I need to know what that does. Like... Oh yeah, Valkyrie's awesome. She actually had really good damage. I played with someone... I think it was Ushiro in Purgatory. And, she was able to do shit ton of damage to Purgatory. I was so impressed what she did to Abyss. Like, her rocket and spears were like double damage cap. Like, that's really good in here. That's really good. Like, coming from Valkyrie. Like, Toshi did really good damage. But, like, I would, if they ever make a Purgatorium Night Sky, or, like, someone was saying there's going to be a Purgatorium Lucifer, does Lucifer have a mag? What does it do? Like, I need to know. But could you imagine if they made a Night Sky mag? Like, what would it take? Would it take the other mags? Like, I need to know. To farm weapons for Vanguards? It ultimately depends what the Vanguard needs as a weapon. Like, if you have a sword character like Miyamoto, they want you to feed them swords. If you have, what's her name? Sasaki Kojiro, she likes Odachis. If you have, Kirin, if you had Kirin, she wants twin swords. So you have to find out what the character wants to eat, and then give it to him. So if it's Dark Miyamoto, you just farm Azami Crossing and Nakasendo. You identify all the weapons, all your bronze. They all identify the same as golds and silvers. And, do I have other moves? Yeah, Kurenai is a really good channel. Wish they spoke English. Oh. I like, honestly, I think that if we could communicate, I think that would be my favorite discussion. To be able to talk to Kurenai, because they know so much, they do so much, they do everything. If I could have a discussion with them, like English, like something I could understand, even if it was like translated text speech, anything like that, I think that would be such a good discussion. Like, because, you know, we're both, I've never said these words, but we're Oni-tubers, demon YouTubers, cursed people. Here's where you're right. Yes, because you need Eldritch drops to get Tempest. Even more so I can answer that because you can get Horse Mags. And Horse Mags do the same thing as Tempest, but they're wind, and Eldritch is weak to wind. So yes, if you got Horse Mags, or Fusion Bear, or whatever, and you used wind or water, you'll beat them. And if you had a Vanguard that works too, like Lancelot, that would really help. Leviathan probably rips the shit out of him. Leviathan ripped the shit out of Purgatory. Abyss. I have a couple clips saved that I want to edit and upload, but as I said at the beginning of the stream, life happened. I didn't have time to do any of that. So whenever life turns back to normal, if I get a day to edit, I'm going to try and edit that together. Oh. Fusion Bear is too extreme? Yeah, it absolutely is. And it doesn't give you defense, and defense is valued now. That was pretty strong. That has cooldown, oh my god. All of her moves like don't have cooldown. Oh, that's different. Yeah, like there's Fusion Bear, like Fused Bear is so much better, but it's all luck based when the event rolls around. I couldn't get it. There's Fusion Bear Gold, and Fused Bear, and Fused Bear is the best. Rain Shiami, I have that. Honestly, that's the biggest, yeah, she's so awesome, man. Just for you, I'll do the whole run in her, like the whole thing. Because she can do dungeons and she can do boss. Exactly. I don't blame you, man. I didn't think it was going to cost that much, to be honest. My spear turns into the gargoyle spear? Oh, it's like Lance. Dark Lance. Oh man, this is exactly what I wanted. A Dark Lance that spins. Like, it's like Daytenryu and Lance. With a dash. Yeah. Like, we have pity in the form of Yorozu. Yorozu is scummy, it is. It exists though when it lets you choose the 50-50. I mean, why would you choose the opposite? But, you know, that's a different discussion. Okay, there's only 2 enemies left. I cannot realistically use her here. She doesn't fill up good. Hidden fact, if your Vanguard is not very effective against the boss of a dungeon, or the certain enemies you're fighting, they just fill up slower. It's some bullshit. I knew I forgot someone. It missed someone. Is that hit from here? Huh! That's so long. Yeah, it does. They need to bring back gacha units with sublimes in it, because I got like 80 friggin' tickets to use. Zirconium! Oh yeah, boy. Well, it wouldn't be pointless. It would be so good. Just on the grounds that this song is weird. This isn't my mix. I've been betrayed. I don't know any of these songs. Oh yeah, I found 2 new songs I liked. But it would be good if you could ride mount in Vanguard, because if some bullshit's coming, you could be in Vanguard and ride mount. So like you could fill up your Vanguard, have them full and safe from damage, and parade through the dungeon on the Vanguard or whatever you're doing, and just preserve them. Like, it's just like Keiji. Oh my god, some big bullshit's coming. Time to get on the mount and not die. You know? Because you get invincibility frame after. Why this song was weird? Because I don't know it. I never heard the song before. Yeah, exactly. Like, just picture Keiji. But I can only half hear the music I listen to because of headphones. So for me, it's just I didn't know the song. It wasn't scratching the itches in my ears. I'm one of those guys that, you know, you find a song you like, you listen to it for a week until you hate it, and then it comes on the on your playlist later, and you're like, oh yeah, I like that. See, I wasn't in my liked playlist. Oh, thanks. They need to put like OC in lucky boxes. I actually just did the survey for Genshin, and I told them like chests are fun to it's fun to explore and get chests and stuff, but I was saying like for high AR players, wait, where's the ball? Oh, there it is. It was still going. Zirconium. I was telling them like for high level players, they need to kind of change the contents of chests, because every weapon I get in the chest, I'm not going to use it. I have 5-star weapons. I have 4-star maxed out weapons, max refined weapons. You know, I'm not going to use this 3-star thing. I'm not going to use this 2-star thing, this 1-star thing. And like 4-star artifacts, 3-star artifacts, I'm not going to use those. So I was telling them in the survey, I'm like, every chest I find, yes, it's exciting. I do get Primo Gems. I enjoy that adventure rank, whatever. Eventually, Adventure rank won't mean jack shit because people will be 60 unless they raise it. And I told them, like, they need to change the contents of these chests to fit the AR of someone who picks it up. Like, if someone's AR 55 plus, they should be opening 5-star artifacts from chests. Because anything else is just fodder. These weapons you get, it's just fodder. It's just crystal. Like, it's just... Like, if you're going to give me 1-star weapons, give me a crystal. Do not give me that. They do. But what I'm saying is I would rather get a 5-star artifact and feed that if it's bad. Right. Like, why are we still getting 4-star and 3-star artifacts? Like, a AR 55 plus... You should not. You should never see an artifact under 5-star. Like, everything else is just food. Now, there are some niche cases, and I'm not saying in domains you should only just get 5 stars, but, you know, you get the 4 stars to level them, but that's all they exist for. Like, you know the scene from Rick and Morty where he makes a robot and he's like, oh... what is my purpose? And he's like, oh, you spread ketchup. It's like, oh, like, what is my purpose? You get artifact. Oh, what is my purpose? You get assimilated. Well, yes, they're good as food, as fodder. Yeah, like, yeah, 3-star weapons. Yeah, exactly. 3-star weapons need to have diverse effects that are fun, like the Harbinger of Dawn, that makes them actually useful depending on the situation. What's this? Yamabuki. But anyway, that's what I told them in the survey. I'm saying, like, it's really fun to explore and stuff and find chests and do these things. But unless you're doing like 100 of them, like we did with this event, with the islands and stuff, it doesn't really mean much. It's just like, oh, I missed a chest, okay. You know, like, like, I told them what I would want to see in them. It'd be nice to get 5-star, like, from the really rare chests, like, sure, you should get 5-star artifacts. But I was saying they should give you, and they should give us little condensed resins. Little condensed resin, like, fragile resins of varying values in chests. Like, if common chests had, like, a 10 resin, like a 10 energy restore, essentially, or a 20 energy, or a 40, or a 30, you know, varying effects, but not as much as the fragile, that has more uses to me in that chest than anything else you could have gave me. No joke. Like, if you just gave me resin, like, if you give me 10 resin, if they popped out a thing and it said, here's 10 resin, well, that's the difference between me doing another run or not, making condensed, you know, doing what I need to do. Or I can take that 10 resin and some crystals and get 6 mystic ores for that 10 resin. No chest is going to give me 6 mystic ores. Like, you know, it's like, you could give me food that I don't want, or you could give me $10 and I can get the food that I want. You know? Like, that would make chests so worthwhile. And I think Catherine should be able to host treasure hunts. Like, she should just spawn a chest in the world and say, oh, it's in this general location, it's like a bounty, and you and your friends go and you look for chests. And it opens up a little domain, you go through it, you find other little chests, and you're happy. They don't have to give you primo gems or anything like that. Just something to do that's fun and reminiscent of the early game. Orati. Zirconium! Oh my god! So I just need like 15 zirconium. Oh man, you remember that? Oh yeah, they gotta fix the co-op. The bounty hunter, yes, there should be an exchange shop for monster cards. Monster cards beyond 5 are useless. They do nothing in Oni. Yeah, co-op Abyss would be so fun. It'd be so good. Oh my god. Now, if you want my honest opinion, I think if you went in with 4 different people in Abyss, it'd be horrible. I think it would be a horrible experience. Your character would die and that would be it. You could not switch, you could not use... You couldn't do anything. You don't have the team synergy to do that. You don't have a shield you could all rally under. Like, I don't think it could be done unless someone just, like... But if you had two teammates, like... You could do Abyss 2 different ways. Like, you could do it where you have your 2-man team and their 2-man team, just like regular domains. You could do that. Alternatively, each of you does 1/2 of the domain. Because there's 2 sides of it, it's like built for co-op. Like, yes, you make 2 teams, that's fine. But what's the difference if I make my team and my buddy makes his team, and we each challenge each other's side? Like, one person's player 1, one person's player 2. And it would be fun, because then we could have 2 Zhonglis and 2 Ganyus and 2 Bennetts and, you know, whatever you want to do. But then it's more like co-op together. Like, you each do a half, and then they could have it end where you each pick your best 2, and you go into a group fight against, I don't know, Lecter or Geovishap or fucking Azda for all I care. Dvalin needs to show up in the Abyss. Just show up and die. Die in 3 hits. But going back to what, is it Heron or Nihon? I can't remember right off the top of my head. What Neron said. You hate that, Jack? But yes, the bounty hunting system, which I thought of a while ago, probably a year ago or so. But it would be a system in which there would be a character, an NPC introduced in some town that says, hey, I have bounties for bosses or monsters. And, yeah, it's true. But I've always said this. Even if there's a bad event, it's a blessing. Like, good events are great, and we need to have them. But bad events are great, too, because it means you get to go do the things you need to do that's part of your everyday farming. Like, this right here is something that I need to do, but it's not event-based. It's just, I finished my event, and I'm able to just spend my time and not energy on doing something else that I need to do. So bad events are nice because it lets you use your energy wherever you want. You're not caught between 2 different things. But the bounty hunting system would be they'd introduce some NPC, probably like a Reaper or something. I don't know, some NPCs, probably some monster. Anyway, and they would be a bounty hunter, and they say, hey, I'm going to post these bounties for you, and I want you to bring back these monsters' monster cards. They don't want to take our drops from us because we don't want to give them to us. They want their monster cards. It's like, let's say, oh, you go kill me, you go get like 20 Daruma monster cards, and I will give you a prayer crystal. You know, like, let's just say, like, it's a very small thing, but it's something someone could do. Like, you'd have like entry level stuff, pro level stuff, like, oh, if you bring me, and they would just be like, oh, this character, you can get their drops, basically. Like, oh, you go bring me like 20 Kaguya Spirit Hime monster cards, and we'll give you her eye patch or her other drops, or cloud fragment, whatever it was. And then if you get 99 of it, we'll give you their super rare drop. Like, you'd get a seal or 50 or whatever. Yeah. Like, Kaguya is the biggest example because that's where it's needed. Zirconium! Hey, Penno, how you doing? Or, oh, you go beat Satan a bunch of times and you can exchange... Like, if you get 100 Satan monster cards, we will give you the cross recipe of your choice. You know, like, if that would have existed... It's like a pity for people that try but they don't succeed, you know? Like, oh, you managed to get, and then like every month it's like, oh, I have special bounties. If you bring me this many cards, then I will give you like an Ogi or something, you know? It would be such a good reason. It would breathe so much life into the game. Because then it gives a purpose, like, oh, you need to go fight that werewolf from Lancelot, and I'll say, fuck this, I'm leaving. I bet the PS5 could handle it, though. Yeah, that's true, too. That's definitely true. Cyberstep could say they could rack in so much money if they had a like, this is a digital playground right now. There is no third party, there's nothing to worry about trading. If they make it in such a, like, with their trading, they, like, already have, like, they make it so you have to use paid OC or Bazaarable OC to trade. Like, they make it so that they profit from trading. They absolutely do. I made someone 3 Tempests and they paid me 1,000 OC per Tempest. That person got their credit card that day and said, let me put the OC in. I will pay you for these. I made Cyberstep $300 just by farming. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, how many mags? I probably made $2,000 worth of OC trading and selling, making mags. I did that for so long. I don't know how many people bought mags off me, but so many. I sold 105s, fused. I sold 3 or 4 Tempests in my lifetime. Like, it was so awesome. Now, the thing with the scrolls is they can set the minimum price per scroll. That's on Cyberstep's end. They get to choose the market. There are some games, like I told you guys, have been playing the Pokemon card game. They're, like, even if it's digital, like, there's a card I opened that was worth 30 bucks, 300 OC. I sold it for 30 packs, and then I tried to get more. My buddy opened an alternate art version of this card. It was worth 70 packs. $70 for a card. Now, this isn't Charizard or whatever, but even when I played Magic the Gathering, I got a card, Liliana. She was worth 60 bucks. I opened 2 of them, and I sold one for, like, 50 by the time I quit. Like, if Cyberstep regulates it, like, if they know the value of these characters they release, they could say, oh, if you want to sell someone a KG scroll, it's $1,000. I mean, not $1,000, sorry, like $100, you know? Like, they could say it's 1,000 OC if you want to give it to them. I mean, we've sold weapons for 1,000 of OC. It's not bad. You know? Now, $100, that's actually really steep. I wouldn't want them to see them go that high. I'd rather... And the player could always sell it higher. That's just a minimum value. I think the proper minimum value for a Vanguard, word up to me, is I think a Vanguard scroll, sorta. I feel like the proper value of a Vanguard scroll is 300 OC. I mentioned that earlier. Like, if you told me right now I could get a 5 scroll anything for 150 bucks, that's a fucking steal in today's climate. The best rolling I ever did was like 200 for 4 Miyamotos, and that was when that was the only Vanguard you could get. Like, think about it. Like, how many times do people just get an offhand scroll, oh, I don't need this, you know? And then we could then use this OC to roll. Right, exactly. I'm out of stamina. If they just set the value to such a high, like, if they set it to, oh, my boost ran out, but they just set it to, exactly. And it's not even gambling at this point. It's not even gacha at that point. Like, it's just, it makes so much sense. Like, right now, I'll open up the page you guys all love to look at. My inventory. Like, if we go with scrolls, I have 3 Ifrit scrolls. I can't use this. Now, part of me says maybe they make a 150 for Ifrit later, but they haven't done that yet. They haven't... Yes, you can trade the extra chocolate for Daruma points. It's really good. It's 5 points per Daruma, 5 Daruma coins per chocolate. I was looking at that. It's actually such. How much profit do I think they make from these banners? Anyway, just to finish, if you have a lot of chocolate sucrose, you can trade that stuff in for thousands and thousands of Daruma points after you get everything you need. And it doesn't take long to get 99999. You just go kill some mobs and like you pop a little boost or whatever, a 100, something you're never going to realistically ever use. Like it's 300 to 200. You never, you know what I mean? Like you'll just go kill Darumas, go kill the little Gekibaros, like the Tiamats, whatever. You'll get 999 in like an hour, and then you trade that in. That's like faster than like breaking and making Mongokus. Like it's just that's how it's gonna go. Like, so let's just say, for example, mounts and vanguards went for a minimum of 300 OC a vanguard. So that would be like, I'll take the calculator out. That's fine with me. I just gotta count numbers. That's easy. Let's just say I want to sell everything that I don't need. So 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 11 Miyamoto's. Oh, fuck, that hurts. Plus... No, I need all those scrolls. These are not extras. Shit. I don't have a lot of extra scrolls for 5-star characters. I actually don't. Coach Row, for fuck's sakes. I have 4 Coach Row scrolls. Lancelot. 3 Lancelots. How many Odas do I have? Plus 1 Oda. 8 Oscars. You fucking are. You can take them. I don't give a shit. I'll give them away. 2 Kirans plus 8 Oscars. Oh my god, that hurts. 2 Valkyries plus 2. So I have 39 Vanguard scrolls and Mount scrolls that I cannot use. And I'm sure this is the case for many players. Some are worse than me. People spend a lot more than me. Believe me. Like, I'm a very conservative whale, and I'm very selective in what I do. So 39 times 300, that would be 11,700. It's a lot, but it's not a lot. Exactly. That is 11,700 OC. And 300 OC for that is not that bad at all. I've sold mags for way more than that. You know, I've sold Tempests for 3,000 OC. Like, because I valued them at that. But then more and more people made them, and the value went down. So now I don't make and sell them because it's not worth the energy. Because it's not worth doing the Eldritch. It's not worth doing this and that, this and that, this and that. You know what I mean? Like I sold most fused for like 400 OC, 300 OC, 500 OC. You know, it depended how good they are, what fuse they were. But realistically, if I sold them all for minimum, all these scrolls, I would have you know, $1,000 worth of scrolls. Exactly. And like now a lot of these I would part way, like Azura, like a lot of characters I would part ways for 300 OC if that was the case. But a Miyamoto, oh no, you're not getting a Miyamoto for 300, you're getting a Miyamoto for 500. Guaranteed. You know, like that's not gonna fly. That's a Miyamoto. Like, you could either go to the gacha with, I want a fuse for 30 OC. Holy Lord, where is that? What fuse is it? I turn a profit on that. I could use that. I need a twin fused, maybe, possibly. I always need fused. Always. Fuck. I'm like a crack addict for fuse. Like mags. Like, oh, hit me up, man. I don't have any Bizarre Belows. Don't worry, man. Just give it to me, man. Give me the mag, man. Like, oh, Wicked Wolf, that hits some good, man. Give me the mag, man. Like, ah. Anyway. Yeah, like, there'd be... And that's just what I have now. If I knew, and they have to make players buy a premium Nian. Like, we used to have to buy a gold, not a Nian, sorry. We used to be able to buy, we had to buy our bazaars so that, honestly, we should go back to having to buy bazaars because it would stop the fucking scam market to a crawl. The scam market only exists because someone can make a new character and just sell shit on them. Back when we had to actually, like, pay, I don't know how much OC it was a month, 190 OC a month for a bazaar, there were no scam stalls. Someone had to, like, spend money to do, like, it wasn't worth it. It didn't happen. But then once they took that away, holy fuck, all hell broke loose. Anyway, I was like, he named his Kirtan Wendigo, but I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Can't do that. Yeah, like if I knew, and they have to make like a platinum bazaar that lets people sell vanguards. You don't need to buy it, but if you want to sell the platinum bazaar, you got to spend, like, now that we don't have to spend for anything, you should just have to spend like 100 OC a month. Like, if you're gonna do it, you spend the 100 OC, and you could go up to someone and say, hey, listen, like, if I'm gonna sell you this, I don't have a platinum bazaar right now. If you could cover half of that fee with me, that'd be great. Or I could just include that in the mag price sale of like an extra 100 OC for something. That's fine. You know, like, the only reason I'm saying that they should have that is not because I want Cyberstep to make more money from this transaction. I just want them to make it so that any sales that go through this premium thing, listen, you make us buy the platinum premium bonus, you include that with it, you make us buy the platinum premium, you make it fucking godly, you make it come with this bazaar, and you come with the condition that says any OC obtained through this bazaar is considered paid OC. You do that, good, golden, great. You've just made a perfect subscription to this game. You've now made it so that I can drop $100 in an update, and if I get a bad Vanguard, I can sell it back for paid OC and keep rolling. And we get a circular motion. We have a full economy. You have a bustling game, and everyone's happy. Everyone's like, holy fuck, Miyamoto's in this lineup. I can score some copies of Mia. And, you know, I could, you know, like, oh, I got a couple copies of Mia. That's great. I can sell that for this much on the market. And then I could roll again later. You know, like, oh, this is a great unit to roll in. Hopefully I'm lucky. Like, oh, it's KG. Let's see if I can get some KGs and then sell them. Like, that'd be so great. I think I did a Genshin stream and I was saying, like, I don't want all these extra Stella Fortuna for 4 stars. Like, if I maxed out a character, like, if I got C6 Diluc and I'm going on C8, I could be like, hey, I just got an extra copy of Diluc. Does someone in the chat want it? Oh, they do? Okay, send me a super chat for whatever you want for this, and I'll give it to you. You know, and you do a little live auction. Or not even that, not even a live auction. You get everyone in chat to, like, donate whatever they want, like $1 that wants it. And then, this is assuming you have a big enough following. And then let's say you get 30 people that give you like $1, and then they're all put into a raffle, and then the winner gets the thing. Well, they spend $1, you get, you know, the price of that character, and then you roll more, like, and you give it to someone way in the chat, like, perfect, like that'd be so fun. Like if I was rolling an Oni, it's like, oh, I got a Miyamoto, like, hey, does anyone want this? Like, donate, and you'll be the one to get it. Like, you'll be like every donation you put would enter you in a raffle at the end of the week or something, and we'll see who's gonna get the stuff. Like, that would be so fun. It would be so viewer friendly. Like, now imagine if you're like a mega tuber of Genshin and you have thousands of viewers on your Twitch channel, like, let's say anyone, and they did that. The guy would bring in like $100-some, and it would pay for the roll, and then someone lucky person gets it. Is there a possibility where you can send other players OC? You can by doing a dummy trade. Like, let's say I want you. Let's say you wanted OC, and like, let's say somebody needed OC for a restore or something. You go, hey, I'm selling a friendship item, and you put the friendship item up for whatever minus tax. Like, because there's Onigiri taxes you. Like, you'd put up a friendship item for, let's say, 47 OC, something like that. And then they buy it, and then they're able to get or you buy it from them or whatever. And they redeem the 70% differential in profit, and now they have 30 OC and they can restore. So you can give other players OC, but there's a 30% cut. You just got to make a dummy trade, like a dummy sale. Okay, I'm gonna... What time is it? I'm gonna pop a boost. I'm gonna do one more boost tonight after I talk to Yoshitsune and tell me how many things I have. That's what I'm gonna do. Longinus. Gotta make that Longinus. Frozen Chatty. I'm at 36. Okay. So I need 14 more zirconiums and 50 more shells. And this is why I say it takes 200 hours. Because you gotta run every dungeon 200 fucking times. Oh. Inventory. Booster food, right? You're damn right. It's getting hot. It's really muggy. Oh my goodness. Basho, okay. I'm surprised I haven't just misclicked off a dungeon. Exactly. Right, like, I used to farm the moon to get, like, Hisakatas and Neoterus and make fuse. Like, it was fun. I could go find a mag, sell it for 100 OC, you know, do stuff like that. Like, I made 20,000 OC in trading. I remember I rolled 10,000 free-to-play OC trying to get my Toshi accessories. Like, it took me 5,000 OC to get 2 accessories. I couldn't believe it. I was like, seriously? Oh, yeah. I was a big capitalist in Onigiri. Holy Lord. A businessman. You wanted mags, you came to me. I think I made one completion one time, and then word came out that I made a completion. People say, "Oh, can you make me a completion?" I said, "No, I don't have time for this." No, the only reason I sold the other one was because it was a hand-me-down and because I had time. Tomorrow's Friday. Woohoo! Oh. Yes, it is Wednesday, my dudes. Oh! But yeah, for me it's the last day before my weekend. I gotta think, like, I want to get something special for Canada Day. Like some kind of meal. I don't know what restaurants are going to be open Canada Day. Like, I'd like to get something nice and fancy for, you know, my mom and dad. When it was Father's Day, 2 weeks ago, Father's Day, I got my dad 60 wings from Costco. Alright. I'll be out of here in a jiffy. But I bought him 60 wings and a big bag of chips, and like, we had a big meal. It was awesome. I loved it. Oh my goodness. Me and my dad were the same way. Like, if you're gonna buy anything, make sure you buy enough for leftovers. Because I don't want to have a really good extravagant meal just to have a fucking sandwich tomorrow. It don't work that way. My mom doesn't get that. She's like, "Why'd you make so much crap dinner?" And I'm like, "Because I want to eat it tomorrow." "You're gonna get fat." I'm like, "I'm gonna eat tomorrow and I'm gonna live." Was that you, dude? Cheap mags, I believe it. Holy Lord. That's min. You can't sell it for 30. Oh fuck, I'm buying this too. I'm not buying this though. What's this? What's that? Oh. What? Oh, okay. Thanks, man. Where'd my OC go? It was poggers. I'll teach you a little real life pro tip. A wisdom, as it were. A wisdom. The babaka. Anyway. The ultimate discount in this world is friendship and those you know. Oh, I gotta look at this. Last thing I had open was a calculator. Where's the chat? People be... Really? 105s for 200? Fuck, I need to get in on that. I think when I did my pricing for 105s, like Raretsu, like axe, twin sword, spear, dachi, and yeah, all those ones, those 5. There was an easy 5 to get. I would sell, or half of them I would sell for 80 or less. Some of them I sold for 50. And then sword, bow, wand, and maybe there's another one, but sword, bow, and wand I would sell for 100 OC. Because Bo takes watermelon. Juan takes that other mag. Can't remember what it was called. You get it from a field boss, basically. And sword was just the most popular class, and it was annoying because of Ronins. I would sell them all for 100, but everything else would be 80 or less. But those three, because of how hard they were to get the materials, I had to charge more. Like bananas and watermelons and all that good stuff. Zirconium? Yeah, boy! Alright, I'm excited now. Almost have these. I was doing this with Abyss this morning. Not Abyss, sorry. Infernal. Infernal does not drop marrows. I don't know what they did to this game. Like, when Gargs first came out, Gargs would drop stuff. Willing to buy. You can't sell a Wicked Wolf for 30 OC. Minimum is 50. Or is it 45? I don't know. Yep. Water Bazooka. I even farm flies. I would love to farm flies on PS5. Oh, it'd be so fun. But I would never do it, but... Like, could you imagine? But yeah, like... Infernal would not drop marrows. It would be like heart. 3 hearts and rewards. I'm like, stop. The best place to get Neoterus is Palace of Rain on Hell. And you don't farm the whole dungeon. You just go do like the first room, the next room up to the hallway with the grays, right before you get to the big open room, and then you leave. Because it just takes too long. Someone asked me a question. I gotta see it. What is the best place for Neoterus, and how many do you average an hour? Like 1 a boost, 2 or more if you're lucky. Sometimes 3 an hour. If you wanted to farm Neoteru and the other one, you'd have to go to Winter Moondew place. Dew Creek. Because then you have a chance at a shit ton of mags. And the 2, I don't even know what color they are, but the big fuckers. Neoteru and not Hisakata, the other one. Nubatama. Nubatama and Neoteru were in Dew Creek. But if you just want a Neoteru, Palace of Rain. But the thing was, people farmed Dew Creek to level, and they got them like so much. They just got them and got them and got them. But now they don't have to do that. I've actually, on the weekends... It is good numbers, it's a fucking guarantee. On the weekend, I did the Experience Dungeon, just because I had to get rid of my energy, because I was taking care of Mom. So I just did the Experience Dungeon a couple of times. Like, I got, like, I don't know, 80 tickets, which is, like, what you'd get if you didn't double drop or whatever, in 2 runs. And, I ate them. I turned them into ticket 4s, and I'm like, my bar moved. I was like, I felt like Aurelia's heart beat a little bit, like, it started beating. I was like, oh my god. Oh, I'm alive. I saw the bar move. It's been years. Oh. So now I'm almost touching the E in energy, and that used to be a milestone. So that was pretty cool. So now, like, on weekends, I try to run Experience just a little bit. Not with restores or anything. I haven't done, like, a restore boost hour or nothing, but, I did enjoy just using my energy on it. I'm like, oh, look, a lot of experience. I just saw the bar move and I was like, holy shit. And I think that's one of those periods where patience won out in the end. For me, not soon. No. See, now the more I'm playing, the more I'm gonna do. So it's very awkward that I'll have energy to just throw away. Also, I do think they should let you do hell any day of the week. Because, like, they want me to farm Leviathan on a Wednesday, and I can't do that because I work. And what if I worked weekends and I can't do experience? Like, I'm sick and tired of this daily shit. Like, I am perfectly fine with certain days having reward up. That's fine. It varies things. It makes certain days special. But at the same time, experience is not special. It's not sacred. On the weekend, you should be playing with your friends, doing dungeons. You can't do experience dungeon together. You know what I mean? It's not the time for that. But what really is the time for that? You can't say, oh, it's a Friday thing. Oh, it's a Monday thing. That'd be even worse. And at that point, I say it shouldn't be an anything thing. It should just be always available. And I'll tell you what would happen if it was always available. I'll tell you right now what'll happen if it's always available. The Lyra strategy will come into play, and I've done the Lyra strategy. The Lyra strategy is you go to work every goddamn day because you got to pay them bills. The Lyra strategy is you pop a boost on Monday, you do your energy, you log off. You come home from work, you're still on that boost. You do the dungeon again, and then you log off. And then throughout the course of this week, you have done that dungeon 10 times on the same boost without restoring. And then the weekend comes. You finish the boost because you made money. You know, your weekend's over. You finish the boost, you do something else. It's honestly a foolproof strategy. Like, if you're not actively playing and that's all you're going to do during the week and save only for the weekend or whatever, you implore the Lyra strategy. Yeah, like, and that's the same way you do resonance on your alts. That is exactly how you do it. That's how I did it. I had an alt. I logged in enough days to buy them a 200% drop boost. My alt pop said drop boost. They do normal and hard or whatever they had to do for levels. And then they just continued that throughout the week. I'd log in as them every time they had energy. And they did it. Hey, Vanji. Oh, yeah. A lot of us are like that, but we came close to dying, and we didn't. So, in that regard, I'm much, much more dedicated to Oni. Like, when PC shut down, I'm just thinking, you know, this is... If PC players would kill to be doing what I'm doing right now, so I gotta fucking take advantage. I gotta, you know... This is the game that flourishes my YouTube career. Met so many friends playing this game. I have to... You know, I gotta cherish this while it's here. I gotta play this. I love this. I do. PS5 changed that. PS5 makes everything work. PS5 is the Viagra Onigiri needed to keep this relationship going. Yeah, it has been. Do you think that's in part to do with me streaming more, or just in general, you're just saying, yeah, Oni itself has been fun? Oh, I didn't think I was getting on the mount. Okay. Myrtle. Streaming? Thanks, man. I mean, that feels a lot to me. If you know what I mean. I don't know what this music is, but it's like the best of something and it's like 3 hours long. Then the next song is the best of and it's 2 hours long. Oh, I like that song. That's Tchaikovsky. Holy Lord. That's all I had to hear. And like, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I feel like me being on PS4 contributes to our longevity and our prosperity and stuff. Like, honestly, just having YouTubers and this is something I want to say, like, I want to try and like make an Onigiri meme committee. Like, if we could make memes, if we just get people inspired and just to have fun. Like, you ever just like not give a shit about a game and you see a meme and it's like, that's fucking funny, I'm gonna go play? Like, shit like that happens all the time. It's all it takes. Genshin's filled with memes. People play that game just so they can ship the Tartaglia and the Diluc they saw on the YouTube channel. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, I've made Onigiri memes in the past, but I would love to just get like a collection of memes. Like, I do have a meme channel on my Discord, but if we could weaponize that, like a meme a week, like if everyone made like a meme a week and we just put them together and we made it, I edit it together. There's too many tits in my mouth, and I like that. You don't think we could meme Oni hard enough? Oh, I think we could. Holy fuck. I like, if any of you guys ever watched The Office once in your life, every scene from The Office is memeable. My mom's been watching The Office because she's been sitting in a chair. Like, we don't watch The Office. It's never something we did. But it was this one episode where they thought the branch was closing down. And then they found out, oh, it's not. And it's literally like PS4 Onigiri players in June. Oh my god, they're closing the branch down. We're gonna go attack them. We're gonna go do the thing. Oh, they're not shutting the branch down. Oh, okay, cool. Welcome everybody, come work with us. Welcome, everything's great. Life is fantastic. No, my parents are not into anime. But I'm like, anything you can apply to Oni is a meme. Like, I made one, it was like the meme from Harry Potter where McGonagall's like, why is it that it's always you three? And it was like Miyamoto and Lancelot and Oda, and they're like in every fucking banner. Like, why is it always you three? Like, I think they did that in Genshin. It's like Barbara, Bennett, and Fischl. Like, why is it? Or Noelle, Bennett, and like Barbara. Why is it always you three? Or Sucrose, not even Bennett. They're just fucking everywhere. They're in every unit. It's like, why? Why? What are we fighting for? Yeah, like, yeah, I have a Discord. Yeah, I do. The most surefire way to get into my Discord is to type on YouTube Onigiri or Aurogiri Discord. There's a video called Aurogiri Discord. In that video, in the description, there's a link to my Discord. And I tell this to people, and then I get a notification, oh, someone joined. I'm like, okay, cool, great. I've always struggled keeping it in the description of my videos. PS5 could probably do it. I just had to plug it in there. But my descriptions never really worked. Right on. There's some weird people in there, but, you know, it's just like playing Onigiri. But I would love to get a meme campaign going. Like, because if we can make memes, if we could get, like, I have 2 channels? I have 2 YouTube channels. One's Rondon Destroyer and one's Rondon Destroyers. But, I have 1 YouTube channel. Like, I have one Discord channel, but it has subcategories in it. Like there's one for memes, there's one for video requests, ask me anything. You know, like different thingamadoodles. Whew. But if I wasn't preoccupied as I am, I would love to start pumping out memes. Like, I don't know if you guys ever go on like I go on Twitter sometimes, but it's just to look at lewd hentai and shit. Like that's all I'm doing on Twitter is like look for Oni updates, look for game updates, and then just look at pretty pictures. Like that's what I do. That's what I use Twitter for. And there's this one guy, I think his name on there. His name is Bale Buddy, and he does these little comics, and they're usually about like elves and stuff, but they're funny. They're like sexual, and they're funny comics. And they're usually just 2 pictures long, but they're hilarious. And like, if someone could just make little comics of memes, it just solidifies the fuck out of them. Like Genshin has a ton of little hand-drawn comics and stuff. Like, oh, like just the shit you see in Oni. And then people see that stuff and it's like, what's that? And it's like, oh, it's Onigiri. Oh, okay, cool. And like, this game's shit. And I'm like, I know, I love it. Oh, okay. I remember sometimes if I do an edited video, I make a nice custom thumbnail. Like it's just made in Paint, or not really Paint, but photo filter. But I remember when I did the Hades one where I just beat the shit out of Hades in like a minute and a half. I made a thumbnail and it was just the renders of, I put Oro's head on Danny DeVito and I made his guns just water dragons, and I'm like, so anyway, I started blasting. And it was, I enjoyed that. Like it's a meme in itself, but it was a good thumbnail. But I'm saying like memes keep things alive. And like, with a show of hands, how many times has somebody gotten a Vanguard because they are just beautiful, they're stunning, they love them, they want to get them, they get them, and they're like ass, and it's like, I played myself. I rolled for the ass, and I got ass. Oh yeah? I mean, it could work. The shit that goes on in here, oh, absolutely. Hey, Waffle, how you doing? Oh yeah, your picture's a cat under attack. I don't know why, but I always think it's some like sexy cat girl or something. I have to squint. Right. I mean, some Vanguards you do that for. Other Vanguards, it's like, you've watched enough. Good. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, cool. And I never dash as the live. The link to the Discord is you have to type in Aurogiri Discord. Farming Purple Nephi? What for? I have to farm that at some point. Like, after I do all this stuff, I'll farm Purple Nephi. That's not bad. I have what's her name? KG. Damage gap, holy lord. Can I get a Zerk? No. Right now, things are coming together good. I need like 11 zirconium. Yeah, Dark Fan, yeah. I need 11 zirconium ore. And I need like 50 runs of this dungeon. It's coming down to like, I can't talk to this NPC. Oh, fuck it. You know what'd be really good, game-breakingly so? If when you soul-egged, it filled all your Vanguard gauges. Like, there should be like a prayer egg that just like fully fills your Vanguard. Like, oh yeah, I'm prayed, boys. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna Vanguard swap. Perfect blocking should fill your Vanguard gauge like a fuck ton, like 25%. When did I get so close to Ryu Cap? What the hell? Oh good, I like this song. Murasaki Shikbi. Oh! Lacrima Morse. That's like Hyper Beam. Oh. I remember. Yes. Oh, there should be no damage cap. Every time I see damage cap, I think, what's it supposed to be? Like, but there should be. It's as simple as, like, the player hitting L2, R2, and touchpad in dungeon. Or a certain button, like I could hit up and square. Like, you know. Like our own awakening, our own... Now imagine a system where we could have our own like it would essentially be our own divine possession, because when we Vanguard swap with, you know, the main cast like Shizuka, Yoshitsune, you know, like eventually Susanoo, Orihime, Kaguya, etc., etc. When we merge with them and become a Vanguard, we merge souls with them, and then a spirit from heaven joins into us. That's what that works. There should be, this is going to be like similar to like Warframe, where like you got the inner Tenno and they went down these different paths. They should have it so that the main character, like the Oni, should be able to choose a devotion to one of the 8 elements, and a certain Vanguard that they create, whatever, is representative of this element. And then the player chooses the element to follow. And if we go into this awakening state, we become the divine possession of our faith, because that's how they work. You know? Like, oh, I'm in the path of water. I'm going to become, I don't know, some Japanese or some water deity. Poseidon, whatever. You know? Or a mermaid, or whatever it wants to be. And you can choose like a devotion, and that's what you can call them, devotions. Like a holy one, a dark one. Like, they could make a dark one where you literally become Satan. Or whatever, like Satan exists. Like Dark Covenant, whatever. Because there's no divine possession with Satan. Lucifer, whatever. Dragon. Like, there's lots of things they could do. And then that way you would be allowed, and it would be another power level, and they wouldn't get hit. They would just, they would just fill up off the player, off of everything you do. They're your X factor, and the gauge would just be like your actual bar. Like, they could just put a bar next to your name, but beside the level. You know what I mean? They don't really need to add another bar underneath our name. They could just put it in the name itself. Is that a lucky box? Lucky box? Where is it? Oh, that poor guy. But yeah, there's like 8 elements plus the physical elements. And you just like choose a path, and like I think that could really, really work. Sure, it's like then you have your Vanguard, you have your Divine Possession, you have your Devotion. But the thing is, like, they get filled up during combat. Like, it's not a Vanguard, it's not a mount. It's you. You as, it's your Divine Possession. And they could, and it's like you have gods in Kamikui. Like, they could do it. They could make it so that you fuse with Leviathan. They could make it you fuse with Ifrit. Like, the mounts already exist in a certain capacity. Like, there's already Fujin, there's already Raijin, there's already... And having them as a mount and a transformation are two different things. And it would become like you... there's many ways you could do it. You could have it so you maintain your character's like face and hair, and then you just adorn like armor or a certain clothing type. They wouldn't have to do much. You would just adorn the weaponry of the armor of that character, that class, that whatever it is. And you get, like, you're able to dash, you're able to, like, super perfect block, like, you're able to act as a Vanguard, and then whatever your moves are, they get transformed into, like, X versions of the moves. X's are rank 10 skills. So, like, your weapon has, and they don't have to, if they just go like this, they just overdrive you. If your weapon has Water Dragon on it, anything, any Water Dragon at all, it turns into Water Dragon X during this mode. Like, if you have Rolling Thunder, it's Rolling Thunder X. Like, if you have Piercing Venom, it turns into Piercing Venom 10. Dimensional Cleave turns into Dimension Cleave 10. Like, all this stuff's programmed in. And then it makes all your skills, like, sublimes. Like, you know how fun that would be. And obviously, like, this mode would have to be restricted to, like, let's say it takes twice as long to fill up the gauge, like something like that. And obviously, like, getting hit would fill it up more. Zirconium? Oh my god. Like, taking damage, blocking things perfectly, dealing damage. All these things would fill it up. More so than defeating enemies. But yeah, I think that's an amazing concept, and it could be employed. You know, like, frig, Momotaro has that. He turns into that 3-armed, like, Momotaro from the dungeon and from ACM. Like, how come we can't do that? Like, the thing is, Onigiri can go up in any direction with implementing resources that are already in the game. And at the same token, I think mount stamina should regenerate if the player kills stuff. Like, mounts should be like vanguards, but inversely. You get into them at the start, but if you kill things, the mount stamina regenerates because you're doing work instead of them. It's not just, oh, I'm out of mount. You know? Like, if mine's at 650, if I kill these people, my mount should regenerate. Like, it should be at, like, zirconium 2 in a row! It should be at, like, I don't know, 800. Like, that'd be cool. Oh, fuck. Dun, dun, dun. Please be Basho. Oratio. Made it to Kyoto? That was fast. That's annoying because you gotta go do all those quests for your buddies. How much longer is on this? Oh, it's almost done. Oh, 24 minutes, okay. So I must have spent 10 minutes outside the dungeon. Oh. Yeah. Oh, make sure you keep mantra or ashes in your inventory when you're going through that. I think you need ashes. Like, don't throw any drops away that you get, because you're gonna need some for something. My friends got mad at me because I didn't pick them up. Yeah, I'm still up, man. The boost got 20 minutes on it. I gotta do this boost, and then I gotta use my energy somewhere. Oh, excusez-moi. I made these really good ribs today. Like, you can buy them, like, they're like pre-cooked, but you gotta cook them again or whatever. They're pretty good. My mom got them for like $6 or something. Yeah, it is laggy. What? Why does this song have credits? I just want... What happened to the menu? What happened here? Oh, I like that. Play that one. But to go back to the whole idea of like, oh,